Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Me Fahmida Channa, lecturer Zoology from Government Girls Degree College, Moro. Today I am going to deliver a lecture from first year class, subject biology. Topic is biological molecules. Contents of today's lecture: biological molecules, organic and inorganic molecules, water and its properties, condensation and hydrolysis process, protein, amino acids. Biological molecules. These are essential molecules which concern with life. It means those molecules which are related with life and they are maintained their life functions is known as biological molecules, such as protein, carbohydrates, lipids, etc. Biochemistry. The branch of biology which deals or describes the chemical basis of life is known as biochemistry, or study of biochemicals like protein, carbohydrates is known as biochemistry. Organic molecules. Those compounds which contain hydrogen and carbon are known as organic compound. In simple, hydrocarbon compounds are known as organic compounds, such as carbohydrate, protein, lipids, etc. Inorganic compounds. These compounds which consist of other than hydrogen and carbon elements is known as inorganic compounds, or those compounds which do not have hydrocarbons is known as inorganic compounds. Like water, H2O is a formula of water, carbon dioxide, CO2, ammonia, NH3, hydrochloric acid, HCl. These are the example of inorganic compounds. Now water. Water is an organic compound. Its chemical formula is H2O. Water is the most abundant compound in a living cells. Its amount varies from 70 to 90% in a cells. Water is a polar molecule. Its structure shown in this figure also. Properties of water. Water behaves as a base solvent. It is a universal base solvent due to its polar nature. Most of the substances like salt, glucose, especially ionic dissociation in ions and dissolve in water. It is used in many biochemical reactions also. High heat capacity. Water is slow to absorb or release heat. The specific heat capacity of water is very high. It needs more heat to warm it. High heat of vaporization. Water requires high amount of heat energy to change into vapor. So water molecules are very stable in nature. Why they are very stable in nature? Due to the hydrogen bonding which hold water molecule together. A amphoteric molecule. It amphoteric molecule because it acts as an acid and a base. As an acid it gives up electrons to form hydrogen ions. As a base it gains electrons to form a hydroxyl group ions. Water acts as a buffer. Water has a 7 pH on pH scale, therefore it's a neutral. It acts to prevent change in the pH of solution when an acid or base is added into water. Water helps to maintain pH in the metabolism of cell. Cohesive force in a water molecule. There is a force of attraction among the water molecules is known as cohesive force. Due to its polar nature, water molecules attract each other to form a chain. Water is an excellent transport and a matrix medium both outside and inside the cell. Synthesis of large molecule by condensation. Macromolecule, it means the monomers unite together to form a macromolecule or polymer. Macromolecules are known as polymers. Macromolecules can be divided into the four major categories like a protein, polysaccharide, carbohydrates, lipids, nucleic acid. Protein subunit are monomer are amino acids. Polysaccharide subunits are monosaccharides. Lipids subunit fatty acids and glycerol. Nucleic acid subunits are nucleotides. Two monomers. Now the condensation process. When two monomers join together, when hydroxyl group is removed from one monomer and hydrogen is removed from another monomer, this joining of molecule is known as condensation, and this type of condensation is also known as dehydration. Why? Because through which the water is removed, therefore is known as dehydration process. The hydrolysis process and condensation shown in this figure. Breaking of large molecule by the hydrolysis, that is another process and which is a reverse to the condensation. Word hydrolysis. Hydro means water, lysis means breaking, a process during which polymers are broken down into their subunits. Monomers by addition of water is called hydrolysis. In hydrolysis, molecule break where hydroxyl group attach to the one monomer and hydrogen attached to the other monomer. When bond is a break, energy is released. This hydrolysis is also known as hydration because water is added. Protein. Protein is a Greek word proteus. It means first rank or primary place. First time word protein are suggested by Berzelius in 1838. Dutch chemist G.J. Mardel told the importance of protein as a vital component in 1883. Protein are the most abundant organic compound of living organisms, making 50% of the dry weight of cell. Protein is an organic compound having carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. Presence of nitrogen is known as nitrogenous compound also. In some proteins consist of sulfur and phosphorus. Proteins are the building block of cell or building material of the body of animals. Why? Because different body parts of animals are made up of proteins. Like feather of birds are made up of keratin protein, like hairs of human beings is also made up of keratin protein. Like viral coat, outer coat of virus is also made up of protein, therefore it is a building block of body of organisms. Why it's known as building block of cell? Because the cell membrane is also consists of protein, therefore is a building block of cell also. Let's move to start a source of protein and function of proteins. Source of protein, we get a protein from egg, milk, meat, fish, chicken, mutton, beef, pulses, mushroom. Some dry fruits have a protein also. Function of protein, as you know, just I told you, protein is a building block of the body. Why it's building block of the body? Because different body parts are made up of protein, like your hairs, nails, they are made up of keratin protein. Protein act as enzyme because most of the proteins are the biocatalyst, therefore protein act as enzyme and they speed up chemical reactions. Most of the hormones, what do you mean by hormones? These are the chemical messengers, regulate the functions of the body like insulin, glucagon, etc. These are proteinaceous in nature. Proteins act as antibodies and provide immunity to us. It means lot proteins our body present, these are known as immunoglobulin. These are the antibodies and provide immunity against any pathogen. Protein help in muscles contraction and expansion. Our muscles are contract and expand due to the protein actin, myosin, troponin, trophon, etc. Protein help in blood clotting. Which protein help in blood clotting? Fibrogen. Protein help in transportation. Why and how? In blood, oxygen is a transport and carbon dioxide transport. Oxygen is transport because of protein hemoglobin in our blood. Protein provide energy on oxidation. It means protein give us also energy through the process of oxidation. Amino acids. As a building block of protein, amino acids are simple organic compounds called the building block of protein. Amino acids are monomer of proteins. There are 20 basic amino acids to make 1,000 different type of proteins. 20 amino acids are found in nature. Out of 20, 10 are essential amino acids we get from a diet. 10 are non-essential which make their own body. Chemically, amino acids are made up of two functional groups, one basic group and that is known as amino group, NH2 is represented, and one is acidic carboxyl group, COOH, they are binded to same carbon atom. These amino acids are linked together by specialized bond or linkage that is known as peptide linkage. General formula of amino acids shown in this figure, and would the C is alpha carbon and that is hydrogen and R is a radical. The different amino acids are different from that R are radical because it is a different, like a methyl, like ethyl and different phenyl groups are attached with this radical. This one is a carboxyl group and amino group. Formation of peptide bond. Amino acids can link together to form a long chain. to a formation of peptide bond between the carboxyl group of one amino acid and amino group of the next. This bond between carbon and nitrogen is known as peptide bond or peptide linkage. When two amino acids bind, they form a unit called dipeptide. When three amino acids bind to form a tripeptide. When many amino acids bind, they form a chain called polypeptide. In a different protein, the amino acids can vary from a few 50 to more than 2000 amino acids up to 10,000 amino acids. Each type of protein contains a specific number and kind of amino acids arranged in a particular sequence. First time the sequence of amino acids determined the scientist Friedrich Sanger an insulin molecule, and insulin is hormone. Sequence structure of protein. The first time the protein sequence of insulin is given by Friedrich Sanger in 1949. Sanger correctly determined amino acids and their sequence in the insulin. A protein molecule have a several level of substance of protein. There are four main common type of structural level of proteins showing this. Primary structure, the linear sequence of amino acids in a polypeptide chain is known as primary structure. Their best known example is insulin hormone and glucagon. Secondary structure, when a polypeptide chain of amino acids become spirally coiled, that structure is known as secondary structure. Example is keratin protein, which are found in hair, nails, in spider web. Tertiary proteins are tertiary structure, sequence of amino acids in the form of folds and superfolds, and these are the three-dimensional structure that is known as tertiary structure of protein. Like example is lysozyme protein, which found in our tears. Quaternary structure, when two or more similar or dissimilar polypeptide chain of tertiary structures combine to form a large size molecule, that is known as quaternary structure of protein. Example, hemoglobin, which found in a blood, myoglobin. The structure of different protein, primary proteins, secondary proteins, tertiary protein, quaternary proteins are shown in this figure.
This figure shows MCQ test for our students, so kindly read it carefully and solve it. They're all about water and proteins. I hope you understand today's lecture and you solve it easily.
Thanks to all to watching this video. Any mistake, any comment, please give me and suggest me. Thanks to all.